For our viewers and listeners, India shares its borders with 9 countries, 7 land borders, 2 maritime borders. With the Eastern Air Command, of which Air Marshal Patnaik was the chief, was the air officer commanding in chief, it has the responsibility of security of borders with 5 bordering countries and Chinese occupied Tibet, as well as 12 states. So, what areas was it? What were the key challenges when you were commanding that?
When I was commanding, it has been a continuous challenge. The whole country is aware something known as the chicken's neck. So the chicken's neck at the smallest location is about 22 kilometers, and one side is close to China, Bhutan or whatever, and one side is Bangladesh. Anything and everything that has to move to the northeast part of the country has to route through this 22 kilometers chicken's neck. So my biggest challenge was to ensure that whatever airfields are there other side of the chicken's neck, they are made to be operable by our fighter aircraft as well as transport aircraft. Over a period of time, because Bangladesh was not considered a big threat, and China was also not considered a big threat till about late 90s when they started becoming a threat. All the old airfields which were there, they were not being used the way it was supposed to be used, and focus was more to the west. So my predecessors had started initiating action of activating the airfields, not only the Air Force airfields, but also certain civil airfields. Now, to make an aircraft go and land there is the easiest thing to do. An aircraft is no threat to the enemy unless it can carry weapons with it. Now, to store weapons, you need a place. It has its own safety areas. It needs place to store it. So my predecessor started it. I just followed it up. That many other bases where even civil operations there, we found small enclaves where we could go and store. So that should a situation arise more from the northern neighbor, we could go and operate from there and operate as a potent platform rather than just being operating. It becomes potent only and only if we can have weapons there. I have had interactions with many chief ministers of those, and particularly I would like to pinpoint Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma. He was very, very clear and understanding about this aspect of the chicken's neck. In fact, he went to the extent of saying the single bridge is no good. We should have a underwater bridge so that if the bridge gets attacked, he went to that extent.
Where?
At Guwahati.
Okay.
That bridge. That's the only bridge connecting bridge. So he understood to that extent. I interacted with the governors of various things. So I was quite happy to the fact that the governments, civil governments, were quite understanding as far as this aspect was concerned. So my job was to make sure it is a continuous process. My successor also has done it. So I can happily say that an effort of my predecessors, myself and my successor, we are in a position to be a potent force even now. Doesn't matter whether the chicken's neck is 22 kilometers or not. But this dimension of Bangladesh, which was not a hostile thing, they have procured radars. And positioning those radars very close to the chicken's neck would have given them an added advantage of having a input as to what kind of traffic is passing through the chicken's neck. All our air movements are passing through the 22 kilometers corridor. China, wherever the radars they had positioned north of chicken's neck, they are not getting the complete picture, but maybe with today's Bangladesh aid, they will have a full information. And if you drop in 2-3 capable say JF-17, which they procure maybe 4 or 5 years, J-10s if they
the Chinese
ones. I have a thing that most probably
they already have it.
No, They will go for 17s because Pakistan will be ready to give it to them, albeit in a lower one. But J10s, even if they get J10s, positioning 2-3 J10s close by.
Do they have the airfields for it?
They will have the airfields. Airfields is not an issue.
No, from the Bangladesh side, sir, do they have airfields close to the Chicken Snake?
Yeah. It is within the range of all the aircraft. It's not an issue.
And how far would it be, sir, from?
It's about 300, 400, 250 to 300 kilometers. They can reach. It can be a threat.
Okay. But
And sir, as ma'am asked you about this aspect, now we already are talking about two-front war, 2.5 front actually, if we take into account the internal security situations, and then you have Pakistan on the western side, northern side you have China. Now
internal, where do you mean internal?
Internal,
Northeast,
not northeast, but all the insurgencies like Naxal, J&K, all that we include as the half front.
It used to be initially, but now with Manipur, though Manipur doesn't have a border with Bangladesh, but we can't take away from the fact that when there is an internal problem with Manipur and the Myanmar border is heating up, it becomes that. Yeah. That also becomes a kind of an awkward situation that we have.
So here I just wanted to add, you must have heard the news about 4-5 days back. Paresh Barua, death sentence has been converted to life sentence. And there have been...
In Bangladesh. In Bangladesh prison. They've already released a whole lot of Islamic militants.
These
plus now this Assamese separatists.
These indications are not good, and one odd belligerent voice has gone ahead and said that we must support all the internal issues of Northeast, all the infiltrators,
that's what I meant.
So, moment that support comes, it will only going to increase the job of our armed forces, and at the end of it, it is going to affect us, because a small thing, like even a small bomb blast anywhere close by, can create a lot of problems to the armed forces, movements, what have you. So it is going to affect, and one of them has very clearly said that they should support the anti-national elements, be it in Alpha, be it in Manipur, what have you, even Bodos, what have you, wherever possible they would like to support.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.